Hello everyone, it's Cassie and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my August TBR. Do I even need to say it? I cannot believe that it is already August. I feel like I'm just gonna live in denial for a little bit and pretend that that's not happening. But the best part of this is we get to play my TBR game and have some fun with that. So let's get into it. I don't think I have any readathons I'm taking part in August. I pretty much always realize after I film my TBR that there are some, but I don't think there's anything for August. If you've never seen my TBR before, I roll one die to get my number across and one to get my number down, and where they meet in the middle, that is the prompt that I use. I replace each of the prompts except for if I get doubles. If I get doubles, then I add an extra book onto my TBR. Those prompts are a little bit easier, so I do not switch them out. There's a little less than a week left in July, so I will at least get some of my TBR finished before then. It's extremely unlikely that I'm going to finish it just because of one book, so I am going to take a punishment, but for my punishment, it really is just the jar picks what book I read, so this just has all of my TBR on here, and it's gonna choose which book I have to read. This was a really nice one because I wanted to get it on my TBR anyway. So this one wasn't really a punishment, but it always has the chance of being a punishment. The first book on my TBR is Rewind It Back by Liz Tomforty. This is the last book technically in the Windy City series. There is also In Her Own League, but that's not actually, that isn't technically in the main series, it's just a spin-off. This is the last one, and I'm really sad to be finishing off this series, but I am excited to read Rio's book. This is a hockey romance, and I think they were like childhood best friends, maybe even dated in the past, and I think he just hasn't been able to get over her throughout his life. He's been the chronically single friend out of the group in this whole series, and he's super cute and super fun, so I'm really excited to get to this one because I think each book in the series, there's a chunk of people that's their favorite, but recently I've been seeing more and more people say that this is their favorite. So my punishment was pretty nice, which I'm pretty thankful for. I am going to do 4 rolls. I think we should just get into that. Let's go. Okay. 1 across. Doubles off the start, but that's okay. You know, I didn't say it out loud, but in my head, I was like, maybe this is a sign that this is gonna be a nice TBR, but it had to be doubles. So 1, at least. It is a free pick, so that's nice, and we'll put it back, but I do have to add another roll. I think for this one, I'm just looking at my Libby on my iPad. I'm gonna go with City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards because I do have that on hold from the library, so I need to read it anyway. The reason I wanted to read this was because people compared it to Crescent City, and I personally love Crescent City. That's, I think, my favorite series by Sarah J. Maas, except I haven't actually read all of Throne of Glass, so that might change. People compare this to that, at least this first book. I don't really know about the rest of the series. Lauren has only ever been ordinary as a human struggling to survive in a city that caters to the needs of vampires, werewolves, and witches, and other supernatural creatures. She always assumed her life would remain simple, predictable, and as safe as her world would allow, until she barely escapes abduction at the hands of dark slayers, supernatural bounty hunters that possess the sight, a magical tracking ability that allows them to see a person's aura, and one of her friends is taken in her place. The abductors are demanding a ransom, Lauren's life, in exchange for her friend's safe return. Lauren will do whatever it takes to get her friend back, even if it means accepting help from Darien Castle, the leader of the 7 Devils, the most feared dark slaying circle in the city. Darien specializes in tracking down demons and criminals that are better off dead than alive, so when he takes a job to track down Lauren and finds out she is human and couldn't hurt a fly if her life depended on it, he decides to protect her instead of turn her in for a reward. As much as Lauren doesn't want to admit it, Darian is her best and only chance of finding her friend alive if she can somehow manage to get along with him and not fall head over heels in love with him in the process, which is far easier said than done. When more women start disappearing and some of them slowly turn up dead, Lauren and Darian's search for answers takes them deep into the city's corrupt underbelly, where they discover a dark secret that threatens to unravel their world. Urban fantasy, maybe, but also with a mystery plot and, of course, romance. It's a 26-hour audiobook, so I figure if I'm gonna be reading that anyway, I better put it on my TBR so it makes it extra worth it. Let's go into roll number 2 now of 5. Okay. 6 across and 2 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Cross genre book, so anything that blends 2 genres together. I don't really know what I want to read for that. Let's see. Replace that with LGBT plus rev. To be honest, I don't really have that many, but for that I'm going to read Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. This is the first book in the Sparrow Falls series, which I've seen lots of people enjoying over the last year-ish. So I am excited to get into it. It is like a romantic suspense from my knowledge, so sorry if this is wrong, but that's what I'm going to be reading because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I think it's about like a bunch of foster siblings. As so-called accidents start plaguing every part of my life, it's Anson who steps in to keep me safe. As he does, I can't help but feel a flicker of heat, and it only takes a single moment for that spark to ignite into flames engulfing us both. But Anson's a man with secrets, and they have a price. When they're revealed, neither of us will make it out unscathed. I think this is the one that's like a bunch of... Oh, he's my brother's best friend. When he's a contractor working on her house. But I think the brother maybe is a foster brother, technically. I don't know. I was gonna wait to finish some more series to eventually start this one, but that's okay. I'm excited for it anyway. Who needs to finish series anyway? Let's go into roll number 3. 4 cross and 6 down. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We got self-destruct. Let's replace that with random letter generator. For self-destruct, I think it was in December, I posted a these books will self-destruct video, so I need to read them before this December, which is coming up pretty quick. Don't want to say it, but yeah. I only have 3 left on here, which is good. I only did 9, I guess. One that I think my mom has, Lessons in Chemistry. The Rumor, which I'm currently reading for a TBR roulette pick, and Playing Hard to Get by Monica Murphy. That's all I have left. And this is the only one out of those 3 that I want to read, but I'm going to finish it before August starts. So, I guess it's going to be this. I'm going to give myself a choice as the month goes on. I can read this or Lessons in Chemistry. If I get the audiobook for Lessons in Chemistry, I'm picking that. I don't want to physically read that one. I just don't think I'll enjoy it physically reading, so if I get that, I'm gonna change it, but right now I think it's gonna be Playing Hard to Get. It's a football romance. Star offensive tight end on the football team, and she's his tutor, and I think she has like trauma because her father was an ex-athlete and she saw her mom kind of deal with how bad he was, so she's not wanting to give in, but it's hard not to. I don't know why. I'm like kind of dreading this book, which is why it was on my self-destruct list. But I need to get to it eventually or just like unhaul it. I would have picked this. What roll are we on? Roll number 4, I think. Okay. 6 across and 3 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. Oh wait, maybe it's not. Okay, I got highest rated, which normally would be good, but I kind of think I know what it's gonna be, and I think it's gonna be a really long book. But I might be wrong. Let's replace that quickly, which is hype with hype book. I'm gonna look on my Goodreads, which has all of the books on my physical TBR, and we'll see what has the highest rating. I think I know what it is, and I think it's a really long book. Let's do this together. We've got average rating. Yep. That's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. I got Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh, which is the second book in the Boys of Tommen series. Don't get me wrong, I want to read this book. I want to continue on in this series. I just don't know if I am. One, I don't think I'm in the mood for like a heart-wrenching book, which this is going to be. I don't think I want another book on my TBR that's crazy long, because I had City of Gods and Monsters, and I want to physically read this, and most of the books on this TBR are physically reading, and I don't think I'm gonna have the time to do all this reading. So that's the only reason I didn't want it to be this, but that's okay. We shall persevere, and I know I'm gonna enjoy it, so it's not bad. It's just not the best timing, I guess. Johnny and Shannon, it's literally written on the side. It is following teens, but the topics are really heavy. Let's just say these two find each other when they really need them, but they both tend to push people away for many different reasons and understandable reasons, but there's something that just keeps bringing them back together. I don't want to give away too much, but definitely check trigger warnings if you need to for this one. There's a lot going on. Let's do the 5th and final roll. This has felt like a roller coaster of a TBR, to be honest. 6 across. Oops, just threw that. 2 down. Oh, we already know what this is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Where did I got that? We got lots of this today. LGBTQ plus rep. And then replace that one with book I've been procrastinating. Okay, that took forever. I had strict guidelines with this one. I wanted to find an audiobook, and I needed to be able to listen to it like now. Obviously I didn't want it to be like 4th in the series, which kept coming up, and so then I had a few different ones. One was a romantasy, which I did want to read, but since my TBR is already so long, I tried to go down to a smaller one, so I was in between Honey Girl, I think that was what it's called, by Morgan Adams, and then RuPaul's biography, The House of Hidden Meaning, and I am gonna go with that one because it is only 7 hours, and I've wanted to read this since it came out, so it's about time. I don't know why it's taken me so long, probably just because it's nonfiction. I need to get more nonfiction into my reading anyway, so this is kind of perfect. Also took me forever because my upstairs neighbor started vacuuming after I picked my thing, so I've just been waiting, and I can't tell if they're done yet. But that's what I'm gonna pick for my last book for August. This is a very random, very chaotic TBR, to be honest, so It'll be interesting. These are the ones I own, and then, oh geez, The City of Gods and Monsters and also The House of Hidden Meaning by RuPaul are also on this TBR. Lots of romance. Hopefully I don't get romanced out in August, but we shall see. I'm excited for all of them. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you will be reading in August, and if you've read any of the books that I mentioned in this video, let me know what you thought of them. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye.